and welcome. Welcome back. We were just out here in containment, taking care of the Tomassi boss battle there in the Sterling AWE. I believe we have succeeded. Let's take one more quick peek in there, though. I know we looked around for... There I am with that Alan Wake run button again. Ahem. That is shield. Run is this. Get it in your head now. Alright. So we were in here looking for documents and whatnot, but it was just at the end of a session. I was a little bit rushed, so I want to make sure I didn't miss anything real quick. If you don't mind indulging me. It's gonna keep happening. We'll get there. Okay, that was a radio, that's fine. The document for this said that it is a hollow object, which makes me very curious. I can't seem to find that angel. I believe it. I believe that it exists. I just can't find it. There they are. That's a very effective weapon for angels. Okay, so I'm not seeing any documents. And I'm not seeing a way into this hollow object that I'm so curious about. I'm not sure if I have, permission, even as director of the Bureau, to say, explode it. Let's try. I doubt anything will happen, but just for fun. Alright. So we've tortured that object enough. In search of slating my curiosity. We did see that, I do believe. So we should be good to go. Let's head back and talk to Emily here, get this officially out of the way. Back to Central Executive. We were just able, just prior to this, we were just able to stream the final official episode before the DLCs of Alan Wake. So we are catching up. I have had my memory refreshed on the entirety of the main path now. I just need to get through the DLCs to know where Alan's mind is these days. I think we now know where Alan's body is. And it has been an absolute pleasure to go back through the old Remedy masterpieces here. Thank you for your patience if you've been going on that journey with me. All right, Emily. Emily, by the way, now seems to exist in two places. Anytime you're down in the Foundation, she is down in the Foundation. Anytime you're in Central Executive, she is in Central Executive.
Dimensional doorways, then which is the object of power? The slide or the slide projector? Or is the distinction itself a fallacy?
Good question, Miss Pope.
Jesse, good to see you. We've got Dylan situated in his containment cell like you asked. I've got medical staff running tests as we speak, and I'd be happy to walk you through the details later. Other than that, what's next?
With the slide projector turned off, the hiss are shut out, but we're stuck with the ones already here. We can't lift the lockdown until they're all eradicated. If any hiss ever got out, that would be the end of everything.
Well, eliminating them all will take time. Look, I'll do what I can on my end, but my research is progressing slower than I'd like.
I think I can help with that. I am making you the head of research, effective immediately. I want you to use everything the Bureau has, every resource, every confidential scrap of data, and find a way to keep the hiss out for good.
That's... Really? I mean, yes, I can certainly... Yes! Yes, I accept.
You'll do great.
Well, I had to put some thought into the letter, but the sooner the better to get my right-hand man back.
Anyone else lined up.
I'm honored, Jesse, really. Thank you.
And even better than that, it's Emily Pope. Okay. Variance in alterations. Analysis of Hiss Threat, Part 5. Hiss corruption manifests in vastly different ways. Some hosts remain largely unchanged, while others are barely recognizable as human. What determines this level of alteration? Is it the duration of the corruption? It could simply be an evolutionary process, each entity representing a stage of growth in an undiscovered linear progression leading towards... what? Additionally, Hiss entities possess various paranatural abilities. How have they achieved this? Do they gain them from corrupting objects of power? Have they corrupted a single, highly talented para-utilitarian and divided their access to paranatural abilities across the network of Hiss-corrupted hosts? I don't know. As a scientist, I'm hindered by the sheer number of questions. It's difficult to identify where one should begin. What is the most pertinent question? How do we kill it? That seems like a good start. That would be nice. Okay, now maybe I can speak to her about Tomassi.
I took care of the Tomassi problem. Sorry, I forget he was a coworker.
Don't apologize. That wasn't the real Tomassi. He died when the hiss got him.
You're right. I just didn't want to be insensitive.
Sentimentality is a weakness in situations like these, Jesse. That's Bureau 101.
I don't think Emily's in danger of being called sentimental.
All right.
How is Dylan?
The same. I can't detect any his activity, but his physiology has certainly been altered by it. And I can't tell if his brain activity is genuine or simply the aftermath of the hiss, like spasms. Dylan could wake up tomorrow for all I know. I really can't say.
Then I just have to wait for him. That's fair. He waited a long time for me.
Don't worry. We'll be monitoring him round the clock. If he wakes up, we'll be ready. I don't mean that in a hostile way, just... well, you know.
Yeah, with cake and punch. I know.
My brother isn't exactly popular around here. I hope one day he'll have the chance to change that.
Hello there. So nice to see you in the chat. Welcome.
Well, I've got a bureau to run. See you soon.
Yes, ma'am, Director Faden.
Please, Emily.
Pope, yes, Pope.
Not even as a joke.
Files on parasitic entities I asked for.
I found a couple of relevant files in Dr. Darling's office. I'd have to dig through the archives for the rest, but I'm not going to. Not with the...
There were relevant files to parasitic entities in Dr. Darling's office? I'd like to read those later. Have them on my desk. So, we have a couple of outstanding missions, say, for Simon and Langston's Runaways. That's something we should definitely put a priority on. Let's go after Simon's friends first here. Starting from the top, maintenance Atlas chamber. Absolutely. I actually forgot. Last session we unlocked this janitor's assistant outfit, but I didn't ever come back around to check it. Let's give that a quick strut down the runway here. Classic. Classic AT uniform. I consider it a badge of honor. However, in my mind, she's just rocking this asynchronous suit to no end. Alright, let's fast travel to the Atlas chamber. We haven't been back here in a while. It seems like most of Simon's friends are in maintenance, if I'm looking at that right. So we should be able to hang around here for a bit. I guess we're getting right into it.
Old squad mate Arish.
Alright, I guess that was the guy. So it has now been the entirety of the game, sans the Foundation DLC, and I have no idea what this Atlas chamber is for. Or meaning to imply. That is so interesting, though. Alright. I need to get to a map, which I always forget how to actually access. There it is. So I should be able to go directly back to BlackRock processing through the office. Let's try that. Classic. Gentlemen. There we go. There's two. Okay. What was this locked door back here? Level 5. It's like a sort of shortcut. Sure. Alright, so this was BlackRock processing. Can I get to the quarry? Not really, it's on the opposite side. But I could probably get back into the lab. Then to the energy converters. Alright, let's try that. Not sure exactly, but we'll keep going this way. Sounding like this will just take me back to central maintenance, to the walkway to the Blackrock Quarry. I just have to drop down one through the NSC control room into the converters. Or maybe I can just jump down here. That's probably fine. All right, Simon's friend.
They didn't stand a chance without HRAs.
So, last one is in the quarry officially. Now that I'm down here, I'm not sure if there's an easy way to get there. But we'll try. Oh. Bonked my head and missed my opportunity. Oh well, I'll go this way. There we go. I'm still doing it. Yikes. Let's see if we can just get to this control point. Will probably be the quickest way forward. And we can either go to the quarry entrance, which is where we first went in, or we can go to Ottie's Blackrock Quarry entrance, which would give us a tactical advantage. Let's go there. Anytime I can go to a spot of Ottie's, yes please. There's the loading screen. Wasn't sure what was going on for a second there. Alright, so I'm assuming the last guy will be down below here. There's an astral spike. But I don't think that's Simon's friend. Okay, I'm just gonna try to jump over and take out this healer. Any time now, friend of Simon. Where'd you go? So his name is Thompson, wherever he spawns in. Maybe he's back near the entrance. That looks like something. Let's see if there's anyone out here near the opening to the quarry. And if not, we'll head back. There's a Thompson. Almost forgot about the brain spikes there. All right.
Arish saw
So now Simon's friends are no longer being puppeted through the facility. I'm sure he will appreciate this. Let me just check before we go back to Central Executive if any of those runaways are in maintenance here. Panopticon containment, okay, yeah, none in maintenance. But there is one in Dead Letters, which is next to Central Executive. So that will be perfect. I will be right back. 1 second. All right. Back in action. And just in time. All right, Simon.
Yeah, I found
Good
a
news
file
and bad
on the
news.
Northmore. Didn't list any dated death. You know anything about that?
Could be an error. The record staff process a lot of data. Maybe it just slipped through.
Yeah, maybe.
That's funny. We know why there's no date of death for Director Northmore. Because he's still alive inside the power plant.
Here are the pouches. I found 6.
Well, that's all of them. Not counting mine. Well, I guess I'll just have to wear all of them. It sounds sappy, I know, but... well, it's all I can think to do.
nothing's easy with the hiss. Is it rude to ask what's inside?
What's inside the pouches?
Too late now.
You know, the story's confidential, but, well, I guess I can tell you, being the director and all. So, the Bureau had heard rumors of a werewolf gathering upstate every full moon. Us being rookies, they sent us to confirm.
Go on.
Hold on, is he about to tell me werewolves are real?
Turns out, there was an altered item that was creating violent gravitational anomalies during full moons. Oh, to remember the occasion we all bought silver bullets to wear around our necks, just in case we ever ran into another werewolf.
So why did you leave the
That
Rangers?
must have been like the
I
hand
could do more good
chair,
here.
I guess.
And somebody's got to protect the people who protect everybody else, right?
Okay. Dear Arish, enjoy your
see you
silver
later.
bullets.
You know where I'll be.
And now I know who to come to when the inevitable werewolf outbreak occurs. Alright, so Dead Letters, I believe, is off this way.
Pope wants a full physical examination of his own finger. Specific looking physiological.
Oh, wow. Interesting to be back here now that it's not hiss corrupted. This is the entrance to the nostalgia department, which is where Director Trench turned on the slide projector, which first allowed the hiss in. So that's just behind this wall is where we had the big ending battle with Dylan and the hiss. So up until now it's been bright red in there like a crazy hiss glow, but now it's finally subsided. No longer have a source on this side of the threshold. Alright, here's Dead Letters.
That's no normal piece of paper. Okay, I need to know where it's at.
Whoa. Is it based off of my... Oh, good. It's not based off of my movement. It just will show up eventually.
I need to find the other pages.
I was wondering if it was avoiding me or just following its own path. It seems to be following its own. Do as you're told. Don't eat mold. That doesn't look like a good color coming in across the stairwell. Are you hiding? That's cute. Go for a ride. And you're coming with me.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes.
Pretty sure we saw that one.
Friends of the CIA, the disk held the logical. Yes, of course, but like it about perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era.
Okay, so I'm guessing there are 2 more moving letters. Aha. Here's some good stuff. Bureau Book Bunch will convene at the usual spot in the corner table of the cafeteria at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Currently discussing Unless You by J.D. Brooks. Everyone should get their reviews to me by Monday before lunch so I can generate some conversation starters before the meeting. Happy reading, Penny Bartwell. Excuse me. Okay.
She walked into the city and didn't come back. I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish someone would find her.
I'll help you look, Topher. We'll find your mama together.
I'm standing O. Absolutely every single sequence of that is a gem. Oh, it's been going well. Seeing your question in the chat there, so sorry for the delay. Just been wildly rambling about my conspiracy theories, as always. In Alan Wake and elsewhere. So does this still count as dead letters? If it's like out in the mailroom here? Because I'm not seeing any others, but maybe I just need to get higher into that room. Not seeing any glow in here. So I'm assuming they're all back here somehow. So let's see how high I can actually get here. There's one.
You need to know where it's at.
I believe. And my belief is rewarded.
One more page.
I probably heard this 600-700 times now. Not even slightly bored of it. Not even slightly. Das Belly Satan Auriluden machen eine Wann. Wann hetki kulos. I'm done. I'm done now. Dear elected official, thanks to the recent smoking ban in my state, I'm happy to inform you I will not be voting for you in the next election. As everyone knows, smoking is being banned because the smoke is toxic to the aliens that the government sold our planet to in a secret deal. If the humans keep smoking, the aliens won't be able to live on Earth. Our air would be poison to them. If you government traitors can't stop people from smoking, then you won't get your millions of dollars from the aliens. I have a website, you know. People know what's going on. We're going to keep smoking no matter what. This is a national emergency. Politicians are handing the planet over to alien overlords, and we won't let you. We will resist. I will smoke forever. Signed, a proud smoker. Okay. So there's one more. White kitchen. Dear gentlemen of the Society of Sciences, it has been some time since I sent my initial letter. I hope it is not the case that you have dismissed my claims outright. In that hope, I am writing you to once more ask for your help in understanding the oddity that has befallen me in my home. I have recently begun renting a new apartment in the city. The space is nothing special, though for a time I found the isolation quite soothing. Recently I've begun experiencing a strange occurrence. When I'm in my kitchen, a tiny little thing with not much but a sink, I sometimes lose myself. My surroundings change. I find myself standing on strange, dark stone. I stare out at a colorless sky as white as undisturbed snow, terrified of moving. Perhaps this is a brain issue? I think not, as it feels terribly real. This has been occurring for some months now, and I've become frightened of entering the kitchen. If it's not too much of an inconvenience, I would dearly appreciate a visit from one of your professionals to see what they make of it. I await your response with little expectation, but with great hope. Very truly yours, Lorraine Fitzgerald. It sounds like someone has an astral kitchen. That's too bad. It's a quick way to go insane. I guess we're still going up in search of the final moving letter. Though it looks like there's something over there. We try to get out from under the oppressive overhangs. Ha-ha! Cat clock. My clock is shaped like a cat, and its eyes move, and I think it's angry, but I keep apologizing, and it won't stop. But I said I'm sorry, but it won't leave me alone, and I don't know what it was. I can't keep apologizing. You see now, too, it told me everyone is here, and I need to be careful so they don't see me writing this letter. It wants me to stay with it, with my eyes on its eyes and moving very fast, but I can't keep going, and I worry they'll forget about me, so I need to write you about this because I can't keep going, but the cat will because of its eyes. Yeah, I've been there. No, I've been there. Oh, that's very kind of you. Just a little Sankarin tango for the soul. The Pinstripe World. This is where Tim Burton is from. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. And then one of them is redacted. What does that one say? What kind of suit is he in that line? Alright, should be pretty clear there. Let's get to the very top again. There's the last letter. Good, good. So lovely to be back in here now that we have levitation. I don't think I've been back since, so there's a lot of goodies. Vivid dreams. To the esteemed members of the American Psychiatric Council, I am writing you to inquire about the significance of dreams in relation to one's mental health. I am aware that there are many books purporting to contain the true meanings of dreams, but I have reservations about their legitimacy. I understand that this is not usually done, but if I would greatly appreciate your thoughts on my condition. Okay. Ever since I was young, I have had intensely vivid dreams. They only occur sporadically, but in them I witness very strange events. I understand dreams can seem real at the time, but these feel markedly different. They do not occur often, perhaps only 1 or 2 a year. Last night I had one. I saw a small, empty town, and it was utterly dark. There was a lake at its center. Shadows of people moved around me, muttering odd things, and a bright light woke me up. I was screaming in my sleep. My wife had been shaking me for minutes before I woke. Because of this recent incident, I have decided to seek help. The doctor says I'm physically fine, but I wanted to consult your expertise. Thank you for your valuable time. Yours very sincerely, Richard Boker. That sounds like a dream about Bright Falls. This elevator is just stuffed with mail. It's no longer an elevator. All right. Nothing for it but the last letter. That worked out well.
Done and done.
Letters procedures. I might have missed it. Oh, good. Altered item 77. Black rock paneling suppresses the effect. A stack of 4 envelopes, each containing a single page of paper. All 4 letters are illegible due to extreme water damage, likely the tears. The envelopes, curiously, do not show any sign of such damage and are covered in messages of love. The items are able to move short distances at a pace of less than and always in a woo direction. This is the first altered item to have multiple separate parts, a fact previously believed to be an impossibility by, I don't know, some short-sighted moron. A proposal to take the items outside the oldest house and follow their movement to its final destination is under consideration with the Budget Committee. Now that is interesting. They want to take them outside the house where they're trapped by the black rock paneling and just let them lead you. Where would they lead you? The items were found in the Dead Letter Archives, where the Herd Archivist found it attempting... Is that supposed to be Herd or Head Archivist? I don't know. Found it attempting to escape a filing cabinet. She reports having no record of the items in her archive of letters. Fascinating. Our whereabouts. Hey, you have questions, and the prophets have your answer. If you are truly intrigued, watch the time. We've lost about 45 days in the past 4 years. The shortening of days. This is why the Vatican is a sundial, and also simultaneously a keyhole, see? Another thing, while I'm here, if you want the secret to everything, compare plasma next to brain cells. The sun plus moon are composed of plasma, simply light, not planets, and after this is cemented in your psyche, ponder the current whereabouts of where you, I, and humanity reside. Cheers. Okay, I'm gonna need a minute. It's broken me. They've broken my brain. Oh, it worked. Okay. Seemingly nothing up there. There are more, platforms, more balconies up there, but I don't believe any of them are accessible. You can see the letters just forming in midair and coming down. That is so amazing. This is just where all the little scraps end up. Some cosmic refuse bin. Let's try a little gawking, if we may. A little gawking at Director Faden from below, considering this awesome building. That is so cool up there. Wow. There is nothing quite as brutally stunning as this game. Gently. And we're back to the tango. Well, it worked out perfectly. Okay, so I do believe we can move ahead now. Back to the containment sector for these last two. However, here is a locked door. Let me get in there. Fake planes. Dear New York Tribune, airplanes aren't real. I figured out how they do it, see? The windows are TV screens, and the whole thing moves on big tracks like a roller coaster that moves through underground tunnels in the earth. Yeah, airports are more like train stations. They do this because the sky is full of monsters that they don't want us to know about. And the planes that we see in the sky are the monsters. The government made the Earth trains look like the monsters so they could lie to us better. Okay, don't contact me. Oh, thank you for the bits. That's very lovely. And delicious looking. Though now that I look closer, also sentient. Has a face on it. I'm sorry I called you delicious looking. That's a little sinister. Get in my mouth. I mean, how was your day? Sorry. Okay, so we want to get off to containment. Wing our way hence. Perhaps on a fake plane. Sealed threshold hall. There should be a... This one should get us there. So nice to see you all in the chat there. Hopefully there are lurkers as well, which is lovely and just fine. But it's also lovely to see you there in the chat. I'm waving at you, but you can't see me. I'm sorry. I'll lower the screen. Now, here, can you see me? Nope, still not. Aw, man. Okay, what if I remove this false mustache? Can you see me now? Fine, I'll take off my Eugene Levy eyebrows. Eyebrows? What? It's over. The bit is over now. I'm just imagining Eugene Levy with, like, digital eyebrows that he's calling eyebrows, and he's trying to sell them. It's gotten very complicated. They are not easy to sell. He's having trouble. Trying to look at all of these paintings lately, though I have not come to any conclusions, yet. I'm just trying to take them in, enjoy the scenery. Occasionally they have weird, I can't think of the word. They line up strangely with, like, the paintings from Cauldron Lake Lodge in Alan Wake, sometimes. So we're likely going in this way. And I am looking for a Japanese paper lantern that has escaped. If you come at me, I will throw a clock at you. I will throw a clock at you hard.
Shield harder.
Man, these clocks have sharp corners. Like one of the best throwable objects. Just decimates both the shield and the health of a heavy. Okay. There might be it.
That's an altered item up there.
Excuse me, clocks. I'm gonna have to get in there. Excuse me, clocks. Okay, let's really officially do this. Huh. Doesn't seem to make a difference in the slightest. I'm not sure how to get it. There. Just have to keep breaking clocks, I guess.
Wasn't so bad.
What do you have for us, Paper Lantern? The Ramen Lantern, altered item 69, should be kept in a locked cell. Any prolonged observation of the item should be avoided. Item is a paper lantern known as a shoshin, perhaps? The paper is red with elegant black Japanese characters that translate to ramen. Item has an attractive effect that is both physical and psychological. Nearby objects gravitate towards the item with a minor force of I don't know what. More notable is its ability to attract sentient organisms with its rich red color and warm, comforting glow. I think it's the fact that it says ramen is what's attracting people. You're thinking too much into this. It's just like, oh, there's ramen here? I'm ready. I don't even believe this is an altered object. I believe ramen is delicious, is all. Okay, so we should be able to go back out to the Panopticon. And it's probably quickest just to go back out the way we came. It's been a while since we've been in the Panopticon, too. I wonder if we can take a look at some of those items. Oh, might as well go lower. We can say hi to Langston while we're down there. It's been a while since I've seen Langston. If breakfast ramen is not a thing, it needs to be. That sounds amazing. I can't imagine why it wouldn't be instantly appropriate for breakfast. Throw an egg on there, it's great. Okay, as promised, let's go speak to Langston. Make sure he has some one-on-one time with the director so that he knows his position is important. Doesn't start slacking.
I really appreciate you helping catch these altered items, ma'am. I'm not really a fieldwork type of guy.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here.
Just checking in.
Like always.
You sweet summer cherub, you. Okay, so I'm looking for a traffic light. And who knows where. I guess we should do a level-by-level search. Starting from the sub-level? Question mark? Probably not necessary. I can't remember if I told you guys, by the way, I finally looked up someone who was part of the original ARG. Oh, I'm being attacked. 1 second. So sorry. That's a big forklift to the face. I feel a little bad about that one, actually. Oh, please stop. Bad boy. Okay, I'm a little low on health now. That's better. Get a hug. Hug from your friend. Oh, hey. There. So sorry. So, as I was saying, just these little weird hexagon... Is there another guy? What is that sound I'm hearing? Okay. These little weird hexagon symbols that are sometimes like puzzles. They were used in a altered reality game before the game was actually released. It was like one of their... Remedy usually does a contest ahead of time to put your face in the game. So it was one of those things. I think this was just for getting your name in the game. Anyone who solved this puzzle actually shows up in the credits. And it was like a website you had to go to and enter a 6-digit code or something. And so somebody figured out that all of these hexagons can be decoded. You have to know which hexagon matters, and they can only be decoded to like hexadecimal format. So it's not like they can really spell out words. They can just spell out like A through F and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 or something. But there actually is a way to decode them. It's like each of these pie slices here. So like, let's just take this bottom section, if that makes sense. This is 2 pyramids leaned into each other. And then there's 4 sections of each. There's this small white section, large black section, small white section, large black section. And then same on this, but it's a small black section on the bottom as well. And so that's like the code that you then have to translate it 3 times. It goes to Morse code, then to binary, then back to hexadecimal. So you can get basically 2 characters, 2 hexadecimal characters out of each hexagon. And so the actual puzzle was to solve 3 of these that ended with 6 characters, and whoever did it got their name in the credits. But it's weird to me that they maintain or retain all of these hexagon symbols in the game, as if to say, hey, any of them could translate to something. It's just like a total crapshoot, because there are so many of them, and they only decode to so few letters that it's not really very flexible in what you can make. But my curiosity was sated in that there is actually a way to translate them, and I think that's incredibly cool. So I want to go through here sometime. There's like all these items, and I'm sure we, by this point, likely have most of the pamphlets for them, so we could like look through our collectibles menu for a post office box pamphlet and actually read it while we're right there with the item. That would just be kind of cool. But for now, I'm just still looking for that traffic light, and it does not appear to be on level 1. So let's run back across here. And up. Alright, level 2. There may in fact be an entire section here. Yeah, on level 2 I haven't been into this archives yet, so that is still a completely new area to us. Oh, map, behave. There's the plastic Christmas tree that's evil, we're always hearing about. The globe. So this is apparently a completely separate section I have not been into at all. My paranoia rearing its head. Okay. Sorry I didn't get here in time. Real sorry about that. His leg is twitching. I'm just gonna... just in case. Oh, what a shame. He is definitely, like, alive. See how the crosshair turns green? That's... Can we get a medic down here? Oh, there's a brain spike in archives. That would explain it. That would explain why everyone's dead, but not. Ah, that guy's dead for a very explainable reason. Here, sit down. I'll explain to you exactly why I think he's dead. Give me this? What are you doing to my men? Golly. Freaking brain spikes? Okay. At least let him die with a little dignity. Not pinned to the wall like some sort of discarded stuffed animal. Shame on you, Astral Fugue. Okay, sounds like I have company. Beyond the fugue. There he is. Enjoy some vending machine snacks. My treat. Is that an angel? Yes, it is. Down, Angel. Okay, where else? Give me just 1 second here. Be right back. No, I don't want any of your dark encyclopedias. No, get out of here. No, I can't even read this hideous eldritch language. What? Sorry, nothing to worry about. Okay. Who else is alive in here? I'll just let him deal with that. That'll be fine. Panopticon methods. Process and best practices. In this proposal, I'd like to explore the matter of containment policy. When an altered item enters the oldest house, we thoroughly investigate any possible combination of actions or words or material that will prevent the item from applying its altered effect. However, I work with these entities every day, and I have good reason to believe that a less convoluted form of containment is possible. The items crave and if we initiated a series of praising the items, or perhaps incorporating their images into pieces of that could be visited throughout the Bureau, I believe the altered items would behave without needing to resort to violence or piracy, which only lead to the items feeling mistreated. If we treat them like criminals, we can't be surprised when they try to escape. That's incredibly decent of you, Frederick. And I agree. I think that we should treat the objects with respect and kindness, as they can, just eviscerate all of our buttholes within seconds, so we should probably be careful and treat them with kindness. Have you seen what that plastic Christmas tree does to buttholes? I don't know if you're aware, Frederick. Sorry if I'm being a little on the nose with it, but I just need you to know the risk, Frederick. Oh, I need some of these throw pillows. Order me up a couple of these scatter cushions for home, Emily. Yay. Here we go.
TV! Let's watch Junkies in Space!
It's not safe.
But Star Captain Hee-Haw! Can I poke it with a stick?
Okay. Bureau rule number 74. Always be suspicious of things that weren't there before.
What?
Were you here before, Topher? Were you here?
Looks safe to me.
Junkies in Space!
Wait!
Space Captain Hee-Haw, yes! And scene. Exquisite. All right. So we've been in that one, we've been in that one. This is a solid wall. And this is a solid wall. Okay. So look, don't touch, and don't scream much. Let's join the threshold kiss. Bench from behind. One of my favorite maneuvers. I call that one the mail cart from just to the side. It's not quite as favorite of mine as the bench from behind, but it's still very effective. Okay, so second level, we have a room in here. With one chest and one collectible. Altered item behavior changes. Recently, there have been some alarming changes in behavior and altered effect in 2 altered items in the Panopticon. The ooh and the have become much more aggressive, with entirely new effects manifesting for no discernible reason. The items have been investigated for updated containment procedures to counter these new effects, with one successfully discovered to be contained by constant visual contact. That must be the fridge. But this development is worrying. What if all of the altered items undergo this behavioral change? We need to find out why this is happening. What is changing? The first thing that jumps into my mind is the former is changing. If an altered item was fine for many years, and is then suddenly being somehow pushed from the other side by the former, that could change its behavior, but I'm just speculating. Handling these altered items has also resulted in numerous Panopticon staff being degloved. I would say they've gone to the astral plane, but these aren't objects of power. Not one of them has come back. This, plus the uptick in astral knots not returning from their dives, has me wondering what the hell is going on. Is anyone looking into this? Is there any plan? Good questions, Frederick. Oh, good questions. I'm still not sure what's going on with that whole side of things. There's some definite strangeness with what the former is doing, specifically to our Panopticon items. Like, why was it inside that fridge, seemingly causing a change that required the fridge to be under constant visual contact? Aha, that looks like one of our little indicator paintings. And so it is. I wonder if I'm full. Yes, I'd better do a quick cleanup pass. My apologies. All right. Seemingly nothing back here. Get out. Alright, looks like another one along this wall. So very many hiss in here. This looks like a sort of media archive room for tapes. Tapes, linens, bed bath, you know. There's the beyond.
The exact process of how an altered item is born eludes us. We find them in the aftermath of altered world events. They take the form of everyday objects, ever present in our lives, constantly evoked in the thoughts of millions of people. now infused with unpredictable energies. But they're all. The superstitious would call them cursed. Now, are altered items sentient? Not quite. They're often fixated, programmed almost to cause certain events to happen over and over again. While generally less potent than objects of power, they are not able to be controlled. Left unchecked, they can be highly dangerous. To study altered items, we contain them in Panopticon.
Yeah, you found it. Good job, darling. Ah, it's good to see him. There's not enough of these video messages lying around nowadays. Every one is a treasure. Now that we know his ultimate fate, it seems. Or, not his ultimate fate, but his ultimate physical fate. Yikes, guys, you gotta calm down out here. This is crazy. You know what Ahti's gonna have to do to clean all this up? And not much. He's just gonna have to blink and he'll be fine, really. But still... that was my face. That was a rocket right in it. Quick look down this side. Already got that chest. Okay, so we should be good. Though I guess I didn't really check the lower level. It was only fully the second and third. Make sure there's no side passages. Such as this. Interesting. Quiet. Settle. And now it's a nice peaceful basement again. I mean, I wouldn't trust it ever again. I would never go down here, but should be fine. Should be fine. Okay, that is likely just about it here. I have decimated the archive section as much as I know how to. Let's head back in and find that traffic light. Goodbye. Thank you for all your cool documents. Just wanted to make me worry there. All right. So not seeing the traffic light on 2 or in the archives. We should be able to go up to 3 now. Alright, so that's the elevator. What about this? Fortified unit 614. Sounds interesting. And locked. How about now? How about if no one sees? No one but you and me? Just our little secret? Okay. So that's interesting. $6.15, also locked. Comes with an extra telephone, just in case. Aha, so there's where we put the rubber duck after we caught it back in, oh, I don't know where that was. Maintenance? Near the HRA lab or something? Research, I guess. A surfboard. Can't remember if I've seen a document about a surfboard. It seems familiar, but also sort of new. Have to be on the lookout for that. There's the anchor. So, like, this level in particular seems to be things we brought back. The rubber duck, the anchor, etc. It's really cool to actually see the results of your work there. Oh, no, you missed part of this because you were petting baby goats? That sounds like a much better deal. No. By all means, continue to pet the goats, if possible. But welcome, also. And no problem whatsoever. We've just been poking around. It will be saved for posterity. What? Post-it notes? Is that why? Is that why they call it posterity? What does it have to do with your posterior? Now I'm scared. Maybe it only has to do with your posterior in the sense that it is like hindsight. I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring out the grammatical origins. Okay, I'm not sure what this is. Maybe that was where Dylan's cell... I am seeing traffic lights, though. Wow, look at that. Okay.
That must be one of the missing altered items.
Ah, this is where the Benikoff TV was. Where we got levitation. Now it has a traffic light. So I'm guessing this is like a red light, green light sort of sitch. Don't move when it's red. Move when it's green. Oh yeah. We got it. And now it's gone. Not sure if it matters whether or not it can see me. It's just a timing thing, seemingly.
One last escaped altered item.
There we go. Okay. We got the traffic light. Nothing out here. So we should be able to go back down to the base of the Panopticon and check in with Langston again. Though we do have the rest of the Panopticon from 3 up. I think we still have levels 4 and 5 to come back to. Keep that in mind. I love this stuff up on the wall here, like this desk. It's just amazing. Okay, so this was level 4. Perfect. So the elevator is there. There is a side thing here. Let's take a quick peek. Nice. Couple of chests. Ooh. I wonder what that is. Looks like just a couple of stacks of paper or something. So it couldn't be the, say, typewritten page. There's the traffic light. Awesome. Oh yeah, that was probably the moving letters we just got from Dead Letters. Probably the ones we just grabbed. Awesome. So that we literally just grabbed. The traffic light. Pram. I think the perambulator was back down on level 2, maybe? Altered item 13. Conducted with the aid of a French translator on November 17th, 2009 in a retirement home in somewhere, France. Where were you on August 2nd, 1979, Mr. Bilo? Translated from French, so specific a date. Ha ha ha, as if I could ever forget. I was called to a fire at the Rue. What did you see? Smoke, white like a new pope rising up from the windows of a small shop. I sent my men in. I was fire chief back then. What happened next? We pulled the shop owner out. He was already dead, smoke in his lungs. We found the source afterwards, a baby's walker. Poured water onto it, but that only encouraged the smoke. We pulled the carriage outside. Smoke kept shooting out. A crowd gathered. People said it was a miracle. But I disagreed. It seemed to me like more of an omen. We brought the strange thing back to the fire hall. Some Americans, like yourself, came later and took it away. Interesting. So it is a smoking perambulator. What would be the purpose of that? Is the baby itself the smoke? Is that what's being perambulated around? Ah, so we have the hand chair that will haunt me for the rest of my days. Ah, seeing that question in the chat, so sorry for the delay. Just to make sure you're all caught up. Has the main story been finished and these are just side quests, or are we still on the main quest? Very good question. We have finished what is effectively the main quest, quote-unquote, in shutting down the slide projector, getting Dylan disconnected from the hiss, etc. That was all the main part of it. We're now on the main path of the first DLC, which is back down in the Foundation, and we are procrastinating from that so as to make it last longer with side quests, yes. So, we are doing side quests now. We're back in the main area, but not on the main quest path. But we haven't, say, restarted the game or anything. We're still where we were in the timeline. If that helps. Interesting that this seems to be a door. It's the only one of its kind that I've seen so far. Maybe it's just a shortcut from that side passage, though. There's the Japanese lantern. The ramen lantern. So we must be getting close to the fridge, then. There's the fridge. So that is where we found our friend, the former, previously. And our dear guard friend, Philip, who I don't believe is with us now. Poor Philip. And oh, how I wish I could get back to the Ocean View Motel somehow. So I wonder if we're still missing some items. There's still a couple that don't have things, and they're like scattered in near, say, the Japanese lantern, which is making me curious. So let's go back and speak to Langston for exactly that end, but just to keep it in mind, we have not been up to level 5 yet. We have to come back to level 5 and give it the proper business. We are still on level 4 now, and it ends at 6. Even though it continues to go up, we can't get any higher than level 5, so... Oh, Langston.
How did an astral spike end up in the archives? My poor records.
I found all those missing altered items.
All of them? Wow, you have a gift, ma'am. But those weren't all of the altered items missing from the Panopticon.
Oh.
The hiss must be
Oh,
making
weren't
them
they?
restless. We've had several more containment breaches.
How many of these things did he lose?
How many?
I was curious about the empty plinths.
No problem for you. I really appreciate your help. Really. Just super.
Super. Really appreciate it. Okay, we have a flamingo and a mannequin. No, thank
I'll see
you.
later, Langston.
No, I'm good.
I'll be here.
I'm good without the mannequin. I'll go get the flamingo. I'll send a team. If there's one thing, Langston, you need to know about your new director, it's that mannequins are my Achilles heel. Okay, so they're both in containment, but not in Panopticon. Good to know. So that is... I was hoping it would be the end of that side quest, but now we have another part of it, which is even better. I'm glad my hopes were dashed, because this is fantastic. I cannot wait to go find the flamingo and mannequin, and like I said, we'll be back on the main quest path here, which is the nail. Soonish. I'm just trying to extend things through our Alan Wake playthrough. So this may be a good spot to stop for now. I will be back to catch that flamingo and mannequin next time, and then we should probably be back in the Foundation. However, before I go, I want to leave you with just a little treat. Since we just finished Chapter 6, Departure of Alan Wake. This should take us back to level 4. And just to leave you with a little feeling of happiness, I'm going to jump up to level 5. Because I was looking at the typewritten page. Let me go ahead and refresh my memory live here while I'm at it. I was looking at this last time we were playing. Oh, I can never remember what it is. If it's a case file or what. Let's see here. Must not be a research item. It must be a case file. In fact, let me read this Bright Falls supplement too. Alice Wake, Mr. Wake's wife, was found during the Bureau investigation. She was interviewed and evaluated. She showed signs of severe mental trauma in the form of extreme memory loss. She was later directed to treatment, and it was concluded that she'd been trapped in the threshold during its manifestation. Notable individuals still missing after the Bright Falls event are FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale and Dr. Emil Hartman. So, we are correct in what we just saw, that both of them were sort of taken by the darkness and are no longer technically alive, though we did see Robert Nightingale in the window there during the final cutscene. Bureau researchers believe this event was the result of a forceful perception of subjective reality stemming from Mr. Wake, overlapping on our own. Wake has been flagged as a potential para-utilitarian. Definitely not potential. Oh, he is one. In 2011, a book by Clay Stewart titled The Alan Wake Files was published by Roundabout Press. Agents interviewed Clay Stewart and suspected minor para-utilitarian sensitivity. He was placed under indefinite surveillance. A monitoring station was established at Cauldron Lake to alert the Bureau of any future activity. Yes, please. Okay, so that's one tiny part of it. And the summary, good. An unconfirmed threshold manifestation at Cauldron Lake, Washington, resulted in a fictional story written by the author Alan Wake, creating an AWE in which reality was altered to match that of the story, though only locally and only for 2 weeks. Mr. Kirkland, head of investigations, was alerted on September 13th, 2010 by ex-Bureau agent Frank Breaker. We saw that live, dear Barry making his phone calls. as he was alerted that an AWE event was taking place in Bright Falls. Refer to events investigated in 1970, 1976, 1978. We now know that to be Thomas Zane and then the Anderson brothers, Tor and Odin. The Odinsons. Frank Breaker had received a call from Barry Wheeler on behalf of Breaker's daughter Sarah, the current sheriff of Bright Falls. A Bureau field team arrived at the site 2 days later, only to confirm that the event was over. Interviews were conducted. Interesting that they did interview Thomas and the Andersons back in the 70s. I wish we could get those files. Wow. Okay, Alan Wake was believed to... instigator. Eyewitness reports highlight an old light switch, a possible object of power, that is missing. It's a long redaction. Wake was not found at the scene. Reports claim he dived into the lake and no body was ever recovered. Okay, so finally I just need to see the typewritten page itself. Typewritten page supplement. There we go, that's what I need to see. So, altered item 83. The page was discovered in an instance of the Ocean View Motel and Casino that was linked to the investigation sector. The page had been pushed into the motel's corridor from under the door with the symbol of a spiral. The text transcribed from the item. I am actually not going to read that. The identifiable words in the scratched out portion: falls, could be Bright Falls, haunting, wake, Alan Wake, light switch, ocean, too late, and the final sentence, you've been warned. So, instead of reading the content of the typewritten page for you there, which I'm sure I did previously, but this time around, it says the containment location is Panopticon Floor 5, Unit 6. We are on Floor 5. Where is Unit 6? This is a fortified unit. And now I'm going down. Missed it, so sorry. Hoping I don't die there from wayward gunfire. Okay, so that's not it. That's the main area. Let's try over here. Hidden location discovered. Floor 5, Unit 8. Floor 5, Unit 7. That's the one. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, so sorry. I need to officially have a sip of coffee here next to me, ready to go, because I've been waiting for this moment for 10 years. I know it may seem silly, but I've been waiting for this moment for 10 years.
I used to know where fiction ends and reality begins. Here, they're all the same. It's a hideous trap, my every thought made real. Fear, desire. How can I ever know for sure I've escaped and not just lost in my own fantasy of it? That thought alone can drive you insane.
That is a hotline call from Alan Wake. And I'm very, very happy to see it. So we know that can only happen if you are an interdimensional being already, similar to the board. You can use the hotline, or if you are dead. If you are a human being who is dead. So, typewritten page, procedures. A standard letter-size typewritten page with minor water damage. The page is full of text, but apart from the top 7 lines, all of the rest of it has been violently out. Only a few individual words and phrases can be made out. The page emits a dim glow in the dark. When the text is read, there is a feeling of dislocation, as if witnessing the page being written as you read it, and as if reality around you was being ooh to match the words on the page. This feeling is made stronger if the text is Forensic and linguistic analysis confirm that the text has been written by Alan Wake with the same typewriter as the earlier materials discovered in Bright Falls in 2010. Oh goodness. I am extremely happy to see that. Thank you for bearing with me there. To actually see him in a game after 10 years is beyond what I hoped for. And the fact that we still have an expansion coming out that uses the cover art of Alan Wake as its promotional image is making me very, very excited for that expansion. Here is the Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos in the flesh as well. So it is all coming together here on floor 5. This is where we keep the Alan Wake items. So I do believe we will see more of him. I don't think that's the end of it. I am getting my hopes up, for sure. And just to leave you with that, we will be back in the Panopticon, likely, next time, and we'll wing off to those other 2 Runaways for Langston. Then we can come back and see where they ended up. I cannot wait. Thank you again for your patience. I should probably just jump down here and sink to this spot real quick. And then we'll be good to go. Alright. See you here next time. Thank you for indulging me. Bye for now.